Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we shall have a discussion of the important questions of a famous speech titled Visionary Leadership delivered by Kiran Bedi, and this speech is prescribed for the third semester B.Sc B.Sc Generic English under Bangalore University and Bangalore North University. So let's have a discussion of the important questions of Kiran Bedi's speech. So you need to answer the following questions in a paragraph. Question number 1: write a note on Kiran Bedi as a police officer. Dr. Kiran Bedi joined the Indian Police Service as a tough woman, a woman with determined stamina, because she used to run for her tennis titles. When she joined the Indian Police Service, she was a new pattern of policing. There was a new pattern of policing. For her, policing means power to correct, power to prevent, power to detect. So it was very different definition of policing those days. So generally, policing is considered as a power to detect or power to punish. But Kiran Bedi made it as a power to prevent. Kiran Bedi redefined the policing concepts in India. She narrates her two journeys. First journey, her policing journey, and her prison journey. She narrates that for the first time and the last time in India, a Prime Minister of India was given a parking ticket. She was sensitive, compassionate, sensitive to injustice, and very pro justice. That's the reason, as a woman, she joined the Indian Police Service. Kiran Bedi was also known as "Here is a woman that's not going to listen." She was sent to a prison assignment as a police officer. Normally, police officers don't want to go to prison as a police officer. They sent her to prison to lock her up, thinking, to lock her thinking. But now, there will be no cars and no VIPs to be given tickets to. Let's lock her up. Here, she got a prison assignment. This was a prison assignment which was one big den of criminals. In that prison, 10,000 men, of which only 400 were women, and 9,000 plus, about 600 were men, terrorists, rapists, burglars, gangsters. Some of them she had sent to jail as a police officer outside. The first day when she went in, she did not know how to look at them. When she looked at the group, she said, "Do you want to pray?" She repeated this question, and they saw her as a young, short woman wearing a Pathan suit. She said, "Do you pray?" And they didn't say anything. Finally, she said, "Do you pray or do you want to pray?" They said, "Yes." She prayed for them. Things started to change. This is a visual of education inside the prison. So that's a story of Kiran Bedi as a police officer. Question number 2: explain the philosophy Kiran Bedi inherited from her parents. Kiran Bedi followed her father and her mother as role models. They said two things. One, life is on an incline. The first thing is here, life is on an incline. And the second thing, you either go up or come down. The second thing which has stayed with her, which became her philosophy of life, which made all the difference, that is, 100 things happen in your life, good or bad. Out of 100, 90 are your creation. They are good. They are your creation. Enjoy it. If they are bad, they are your creation. Learn from it. 10 are nature sent over which you cannot do a thing. It's like a death of a relative, or a cyclone, or a hurricane, or an earthquake. You can't do a thing about it. You can't help it. You have got to just respond to the situation. But the response comes out of those 90s, not out of the 10. Since she is the product of this philosophy, that the philosophy is 90 by 10, and secondly, life on an incline. That's the way she grew up to be valuing what she got. She's a product of opportunities, rare opportunities in the 50s and the 60s, which girls didn't get. She was conscious of the fact that what her parents were giving her was something unique, because all of her best school friends were getting doled up with, or were getting married with a lot of dowry, and here Kiran Bedi was with a tennis racket and going to school, doing all kinds of extracurricular activities. Question number 3, the last question of this speech: how did the concept of mindfulness change the attitude in prison? Kiran Bedi was sent to a prison assignment as a prison officer. First, she allowed them to pray. She allowed the prisoners to pray. Prisoners started to take classes. Gradually, the prisoner got converted into an ashram. The prison got converted into an ashram through education. She thinks that's a bigger change. It was the beginning of a change. Teachers were prisoners, or prisoners were teachers. Teachers were volunteers, and books came from donated school books. Stationery was donated. Everything was donated because there was no budget of education for the prisoners. Now, if she had not done that, it would have been a hellhole. There was a meditation program inside the prison of over 1,000 prisoners. 1,000 prisoners who sat in meditation. This was one of the most courageous steps she took as a prison governor, and this is what transformed. Kiran Bedi took this as a concept of mindfulness, because crime is a product of distorted mind. It was it was distortion of mind which needed to be addressed to control, not by preaching, not by telling, not by reading, but by addressing your mind. She took the same thing to the police, because police equally were prisoners of their minds, and they felt as if it was we and they, and that the people don't cooperate, but this really worked. So that was the concept of mindfulness. So friends, thank you so much. You can see the summary. You can watch the summary of this speech. The link is in the description box. If you have any questions, you can mail me on at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Click on the like button. If you're not yet subscribed the channel, please do subscribe the channel. Thank you once again.